Coming up on Focal Point.
It's the reclaiming of a space, a story from inside of the Union, coming up.
If you're anything like me, you enjoy a good stroll along the Red Cedar River, especially in the fall, getting to see the leaves change color on all the trees scattered across campus. But there's some trees, like this one, that certain Spartan families hold close to their hearts. Find out more on Focal Point News.
You have a chance to adopt and bring home a new puppy. We'll tell you how coming up shortly.
We'll also bring you the sights and sounds from the Michigan State Homecoming Parade. It's all straight ahead on Focal Point.
Good morning and welcome to Focal Point. I'm Sophia Miller.
And I'm Ethan Hunter. We're kicking off our first show of the year with new beginnings at the Student Union. Focal Point's Delaney Rogers is at the Union to tell us what's new. Delaney?
It has been 7 months since the horrific shooting at Michigan State University, but there's a sense of normalcy returning, including one of the first events to happen here at the MSU Union.
A celebration.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
The reclaiming of a space. Hannah Lorby Wolcott wants students to heal, and she's doing it at Michigan State Student Union.
I just think it's important to hold space for students to kind of speak their mind.
7 months ago, this place stood still.
The place that was my safe place on campus just got broken into. It's like being in the closet while somebody breaks into your house.
Poet Cassidy Howard remembers February 13th like it was yesterday. 3 students died.
Brian, Arielle, and Alexandria.
5 students injured in a mass shooting on campus, and students ran from this building.
Guns only love the innocent people they sink their bullets into, like seeds of hatred sunk into soft flesh, young flesh.
Today, they're running back to it.
Hi, please, grab a bracelet, grab a sticker.
I feel good. I feel excited. I don't know, even just like sound check right now going on. It's so cool to hear from students and see their art.
Life and energy renewed here at an event called FemFest.
It's just so freeing to get to read poetry again in the Union.
One of the first gatherings in the Union since February.
Being back at the Union is just really cool to see everyone's okay and everyone's ready to move forward in their life. And not move on, but move forward to make good change.
In the form of art.
The Union is such a space for students to gather and find community, so I think that is a big part of what we're hoping for students to experience at FemFest this year.
An event where students could freely express themselves without fear.
I can't blame the Union, but I can go that this is where I was able to bring my art here first, and so art's gonna heal it. If anything's gonna heal it, art is and words are.
And welcome each other back home with open arms.
You're gorgeous. Thank you.
Their voices will not be silenced.
Sponsored by the NRA. Thank you.
The school year has only just begun, and it's evident that Spartans are healing, not only at the MSU Union, but other areas of campus as well. Tiana?
Thanks, Delaney. I'm standing in front of the Spartan statue, which is a campus monument and stood as a memorial for those lost and injured in the shooting on our campus in February. Now, a lot of people don't know that there's actually permanent memorials spread throughout campus honoring those students whose lives have been lost throughout the years. Take a look.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Peaceful is a good word to describe the tree-lined trails on the Michigan State University campus.
We come here a lot, walk my dog here.
Hi, guys.
And it's exactly what James Langan needs.
Our son Joseph unexpectedly passed away.
This is the tree dedicated to Joseph. In fact, throughout the campus, these elms and oaks stand as memorials to students who have died throughout the years. A group called the Mid-Michigan Spartans made today possible. A chance for families who have suffered immeasurable loss to come together.
It's a sad day, but you guys make it a better day.
And Michigan State honored him and all these people with the memorial tree.
For Regina Stow, it's a way to ensure that her son is remembered.
I love it that people come and see his name and read his name and recognize him even if they didn't know him.
For these families, Michigan State's efforts to keep their loved ones' memories alive can be summed up into a single phrase.
Always a Spartan.
Always a Spartan.
3 words this community knows all too well after the shooting on MSU's campus just earlier this year took the lives of 3 students. But these families will tell you, this concept is nothing new to them.
This just isn't a school. It's a home. It's a legacy. It's a foundation.
For James, always a Spartan is what his son lived by.
He loved Michigan State. That was his dream. We have pictures of him when he was just a baby with a state hat on, and he just always wanted to be here.
It is definitely fitting that Joey lived that way and lives on now in a memorial tree on his favorite campus, just like the rest of the students honored. I'll be sure to pay my respects as I pass one of those special trees. And now we find Focal Point Sarah Polis across town previewing an event that will happen tomorrow in Lansing. Sarah?
I'm here at the Capital Area Humane Society as they get ready for their Walk for the Animals event tomorrow at 1 p.m.
At the Capital Area Humane Society, kittens and puppies need your help. The Lansing nonprofit consists of volunteers with few permanent positions. Lexi Reitenberg, the communications director, spends her time finding dogs and kittens for everyone in every situation.
Every day is different. Every day is always super fun. Comes with every unique challenge you can think of, being somewhat flexible in the position, but always fun at the end of the day.
The staff is gearing up towards one of the many events of the year.
We do have our big Walk for the Animals event coming up at the end of this month. That's our second largest fundraiser of the year. That is September 30th from 1 to 3 at Fitzgerald Park in Grand Ledge. We're hoping to raise about $100,000 for the animals here at the shelter.
It's the first fundraising event for Jonathan Wallace, a volunteer at the shelter.
I am looking forward to mostly just seeing the animals engaging with people. Like that's what we're here for. That's what I love to see personally, and it makes these animals' lives a whole lot brighter at the end of the day. And then most of the time we get adoptions, so they get adopted too in the same day. That would be amazing.
Anybody can attend and fundraise. And don't forget a costume. There's a contest.
And we're going to have adoptable puppies there at the event this year again. So that is a really fun event if you're looking to add a furry friend or bring your furry friends to a fun community event.
Eli Smith has found great joy in the adoption process.
They need a lot of money to pay for all the expenses here, pay for the hospitality they're giving the kitties, the dogs and the other animals, the medical care that they're giving for them. A lot of the animals that come here off the streets and stuff. So, you know, it's really good that they are going to getting the money to care for these animals and send them home healthy to people.
Walk for the Animals is your chance to be on the donor wall and help bring animals to their new homes.
The adoptable puppies are hoping to be arriving to their new home tomorrow. I'm Sarah Polis with Focal Point News.
Now we sure do hope those furry friends find their forever homes.
Yeah, we do, Sophia.
Over at Valley Court Park, music fills the air as performers take the stage during the East Lansing Farmers Market.
And some of those performers have a history that may surprise you. Focal Point's Matea Kanicki has the story.
For the past 14 years, past the playground at Valley Court Park, the East Lansing Farmers Market sets up every Sunday. Vendors and shoppers flood the park from June to October to grab veggies and breads that can't be found in grocery stores.
Seeded watermelon. You cannot find seeded watermelon anymore in grocery stores.
But it's not just vendors here. Next to the melons come musicians. On this Sunday, shoppers get an extra treat with this three-man classic rock cover band.
Now, it may surprise you, but these guys are no stranger to the Lansing music scene.
Pete and I have been playing together since maybe 71, 72, on and off. We've been in bands.
I know it's strange. From band to band and stage to stage, Pete Wittig, Steve Pinkney, and Don Dove have been rocking the Lansing area since the 70s and rocking the farmers market for the last 13 years.
But there was a very cool music scene in the late 60s and the 70s. And there's a cool music scene now.
When we were hippies. Before we were.
Turns out shopping for veggies is also a great way to enjoy local artists.
I think it brings attention to the artists. These are artists that may not get exposure otherwise. So just having that crowd, having their tips, having them perform and even get that experience.
Different artists every week. And it could be local rock stars doing what they love.
But that's why we do it. And yeah, everybody should go out and listen to local music, you know. And there are a hellacious amount of good players now. The level of musicality is so high.
From East Lansing, Matei Kanicki, Focal Point News.
The farmers market is scheduled to run every Sunday until October 29th.
Now, there's a lot of tradition here on the Michigan State campus, and one building is celebrating its 100th year anniversary. Do you know which one that is, Ethan? Never mind, don't say it. We'll save it for Focal Point's Mackenzie Decker. She has that story.
For the past 100 years, fans have been walking to this on game day. Though it probably didn't start out looking quite this way. The Murphy family from Mason has seen many changes to the stadium over all of the years that they've been coming. For them, it all started in the 60s.
It's a beautiful day for football. I think it started in 1966.
For half a century, Mike Murphy and his family have spent many of their fall Saturdays here, tailgating together and cheering on the Spartans. In the shadows of this Spartan Stadium. And while their tailgate cheesesteaks haven't changed much, the stadium surely has.
Of course, it's gone from natural turf to artificial turf, back to natural turf. No press boxes on the one side of the stadium. You could just walk up to the top and look over.
This stadium is one of the oldest in college football. This year, it turns 100 years old.
When I think back to my life and growing up, it's really a large part.
This is how the Murphy family spends their weekends.
All our families were busy, but we come together for this.
Come together to support the Spartans from right above the tunnel.
Sparty comes out, the band comes out, the team comes out. You got all of the pyrotechnics that are going off, the smoke.
They've seen the stadium change over the years.
Obviously, all the technology's changed. The scoreboards, the signboards along the wall in the north and south end zones.
What hasn't changed for the Murphy family, and for many of the fans here, is the excitement of it all.
It's a rite of fall, it's tradition, it's football, it's family.
Back at the tailgate, while the stadium has aged and changed, the Murphy family continues to use this time to stay connected.
It's not the game or the stadium that keeps us coming back as much as it is the tailgating and the people that show up here.
It's family, just like the very large family you'll find in here for the last 100 years. The Murphy family will continue to spend their game days here, tailgating, cheering on the Spartans, and of course, making those memories. Ethan and Sophia, this stadium will sit empty tomorrow as the Spartans are on the road preparing to go head-to-head with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Back to you both in the studio.
Yeah, thanks, Mackenzie. Looking forward to seeing that game tomorrow. Keeping with that football theme, though, we leave you with the sights and sounds of the 2023 Homecoming Parade, thanks to Focal Point's Kelsey Woodall.
Have a wonderful weekend.